Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Around the World with me, MeHurt37. So our last flight, we ended up down in Nice, France. Now, I had said that we were going to go from Nice to Zurich, but I've changed things around a little bit. Instead of going to Zurich, we're actually going to go over here to Bologna. I think next we might go up to Innsbruck after this. I think it's like dead north. As for this flight, it's only 183 miles, so it should be pretty quick. So let's go ahead and get in the airplane. Alright everybody, here we are at Nice. It's actually like 6:45 or so in the morning. You can see the sun peeking up. Still got the E&B series mod in. It's causing some problems. This is actually like the fourth time I've flown this in the past few days. It keeps crashing. Usually it crashes when you go from like 8x to 4x, or even when it automatically loads scenery when you're doing 8x. It doesn't crash every time it does that, but it does crash some, so I'll have to save this several times through the flight. It's what you gotta do. It looks so good. I don't know why I hadn't had any problems in this plane with it before. I had problems in the 707 if you watched that, my air hauler series, but I don't know what the problem is with this one. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get this thing started up. We've got our parking brake on. All the switches are off. All the circuit breakers are pushed in. Go up here to our fuel tank selectors. Alright. Ventilation, fans, air conditioning, all this is down and off. The bleed air heat switch is down and off. Cabin heat mixing air controls are off. The emergency power lever is down at normal. The power lever is at idle. Prop RPM lever is 100%. The fuel condition lever is in cutoff, and the fuel shutoff knob right here is pushed in. Go ahead and turn our battery on. Go to no smoking and seatbelts. Turn our beacon on as well. So avionics number 1 is on. Panel is on. Let's go fuel boost on. The starter. Put this on low idle. Alright, we can turn our starter off now. Turn our generator on. Fuel boost comes off. Avionics number 2. And the panel comes on. And we'll turn on our nav light. Let's go ahead and holler ATC real quick.
East ground, world travel 1289er, IFR, in your Alni, Boda, ready to copy. World travel 1289er, is cleared to spin your all-day Boda, airport is filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 13,000. Departure frequency is 124.175, squawk 0263. Nice ground, Cessna, ready to taxi. East departure with Echo. Cessna, taxi.
Each time I fly, there's the exact same amount of traffic. The traffic is always coming in, the same planes, and the same planes are always going out to the same place. And that Minerality Voda or whatever is one that he always goes to.
Taxiing hold short, runway 4, right via taxiway Tango, Alpha, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Whiskey, Alpha 3, 2.
Alright, let's finish getting this set up.
World travel 1289er, cleared to in your Alni.
Here comes the taxi lights.
Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 13,000. Departure on 124.1.
Let's go over to the runway.
World travel 1289er, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.7.
Doesn't want to go. Need to go down here and move that all the way up. I don't see the Baron yet. There's usually a Baron that comes in, and then an A321 comes in. And then behind me is a Dash 8 and another plane. I can't remember. It's the blue and white one. Here comes one. Let's see if there's another one. See that guy coming in? Last one's the one I'm really mad about not working because we ended up running into a thunderstorm and it was just awesome. All the lightning, you had some good thunder sounds and everything. Then she crashed down the middle of it. Also, we're going to do a little flyby of Monte Carlo on the way. It's just right over. It's real close. Hopefully we can get across this runway. They usually make me stop short of it. So maybe there's just one plane coming in. It's always the Baron and then the A321 comes in last. Now he's got to wait on him. Move my mic around. So like I say, we'll do a little flyby of Monaco. It's nice scenery. Looks really good. So we'll do a little flyby. They letting this guy take off? Trim this a little bit.
Orbit 3711, hold position, caution, Cessna, Caravan on the taxiway. Hold position, orbit 3711.
Why are they making us go all the way over here? To the end of the runway.
Orbit 3711, continue taxi. Roger, orbit 3711. Tower, Cessna, ready for departure to the east at runway 4 right. Cessna, taxi into position and hold. Position and hold, Cessna.
Sweet, we're not gonna have to wait out, I guess. Set our flaps. Come on, plane. Tough to get going, but once she gets going, she really wants to go. Landing lights, strobe. Come on, plane.
Orbit 829er, contact Nice, departure on 124.175. Orbit 6889er, cleared to land. Runway 4 right.
They told me it's
124.175 for orbit 829er. Cessna cleared for takeoff. Runway 4 right, east departure approved.
There we go.
Takeoff. Runway 4 right.
I was about to say, how are they going to clear that guy to land after they told me to position and hold?
Cleared to land. Runway 4 right. Orbit 6889er.
Alright, here we go. Oh, she's going steep.
East Tower, orbit 3711, ready to go. Runway 4 right, IFR to Lima, India, Mike Zulu. Orbit 3711.
Alright, let's lose these flaps.
Runway 4 right, traffic is Airbus A321 on final. Hold short, runway 4 right, orbit 3711.
Alright, so Monte Carlo is right in this cove over here. There's actually a couple ships. I think you can barely see one. I don't know if you all will be able to see it. There's usually a couple cruise ships over there. That's where Monte Carlo is. So I don't want to climb too high because I want to stay close to the ground.
Cessna, you are leaving my
I can overspeed.
change approved.
Let's get off this radio chatter. There we go. Alright, so it'll be right over in here. That's where Monte Carlo is located. This is just such a really nice area, man. French Riviera. Saw the playground of the rich. Mountains on one side, Mediterranean Sea on the other. Must be nice. I'm glad it's a short flight too. What was it, 190 or so nautical miles? Kind of like some of those shorter flights, you know, but you get to see a lot of good scenery and everything. I don't want all of them to be, you know, long, huge flights. None of it have been too long, though. Some of those flights over the Atlantic were kind of long. Some of the beginning flights were, I guess, were kind of long. But this one's short. Innsbruck is... going up to Innsbruck will be short. I would say going from there to Berlin will be short. I think when we get over towards the Middle East and everything, it'll probably be a lot longer, though. Not really a lot of stops on making Iran and Iraq and everything. Alright, so we're coming up on it. Get down a little bit and slow down a little bit so we can get a good look. Monte Carlo. There's a little bit of a mess up right here. There's water on the side of the cliff or whatever you want to call it. It's really good looking scenery. No airports, like I've said, just a helipad. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the old casino, really famous casino. I think that's it. I'm not totally sure. Is that the helipad right there? That'd be sweet. Alright, we're also going to do a little circle around and go over it again towards the mountain. Get a different view of it. Oh, ascending way too much. Keep pulling back on the stick. Let's take a look outside, see if I can fly this way. Oh, the ship's flashing. What in the world was that? Alright. Guess that's about enough of Monte Carlo. Turn on our autopilot. Whoa, not 40,000. We'll go with about 12.5. Alright, 1,200 feet a minute. Fly that heading. And we're well on our way. So I'll speed it up in just a second, and I'll be back in just a bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down. We're 27 miles out. There we go. Hit him up on the radio.
Bologna Tower, Cessna is 2.
Also want to go ahead and start getting down.
Cessna, Bologna Tower, flight left downwind, runway 30, altimeter 2980.
30, alright.
Make left, traffic, runway 30, Cessna.
Let's get down to about 5,000. Switch over to vertical speed. That off. 900 feet a minute. Might have to go a little bit quicker than that. Let's go over here. We'll get our approach going. Select the approach. Come on, there it goes. Oh, you're going the wrong way. That's weird, it just started going the opposite way. LS 30, that's what we want. Go ahead and have it loaded. Alright, so we're going a little too far to the right. Oh, we went way too far to the right. I don't know how we got so far off to the right. I mean, I know I switched it to the right. I had to go to the right, but daggone. It's a good view. Alright, we're over speeding a little bit. Went by a couple miles an hour, but alright, see if we can speed this up a little bit. Or a lot. Let it descent down to 700 feet a minute. Under 10,000, landing lights and taxi lights are on. See if that slowed us down. Oh, it didn't. Okay, now we're slowed down. That weather injection. Quicken our descent a little bit, because actually I want to be a little below 5,000 when I get there. Put it down to 3,000. Alright, so I'm going to slow it down to 2x, and we need to go to the map and get our ILS. That's right. I checked this out the other day. It doesn't have runway 30 in here. And I've saved it a couple times, and of course when I save it, it hasn't been crashing at all. Go figure. Alright, let's go ahead and slow this down a little bit. It'll probably go back up to 2x now that I want it there, though. I don't know why. Sometimes it'll, like, when you're like, alright, now I want it back to normal, and all of a sudden it'll speed back up to what you used to have it. I have no idea why it does that. Always gives you the opposite of what you want. Alright, so we're at 3,000 feet. Just about. I should have checked it for the altitude of the airport. That was my bad. Make sure this is... Hopefully it stays there. Don't really need to do this, but I'll do it anyway. Go ahead and activate it. Alright. Increase our speed a little bit. No, I hit the throttle and look what it does. Want to let it go a little too far there. Although that was because it sped up so fast. I don't think that's our runway, is it? Actually, it might be. Alright, kill the autopilot. Glad I saw it before those clouds came in. Flying blind. I'm guessing that's our runway. Or is that a building? Heck, I cannot tell. Now it's looking like a building. That is a building. Our airport's going to be further away. What in the world? I see red lights in the distance. I'm going to climb up a little more. Let's see. 6.4 out.
Cessna cleared to land. Runway 30.
Alright.
Cleared to land. Runway 30. Cessna.
Let's level back out here. Really seems far out in the distance. Some really nice scenery. The towns, that's just FTX. FTX Global and Vector. We've got add-on scenery for Bologna, though. Alright, now this is looking like an airport. I mean, when that building, it was like, man, that's a really skinny runway for a major airport. And there's nothing around it. I was like, well, that's kind of odd. Alright, we're high, and we need to get our flaps out as well, so I'll let it slow down. There we go. I was worried about getting a overspeeding. I guess you don't have to worry. It's not really air hauler, so. What is that to our right? I wasn't looking at that. That's almost like a... I don't know what that was. I was... right at the end, I thought, man, that looks like a runway over there. And those flaps really do slow this thing down. Alright, on the glide slope. Come on. Alright, full flaps. A little high. Trying to trim this thing. She's really fighting it though. Now we're back on it. Now we're low, of course. Now we're real low. Man, this thing, I've been trimming it down and it just does not like it. Not the best landing in the world. It's really odd. The daggone, I was trimming the crap out of it and it just kept coming up instead of going down. Kind of felt like a little bit of a hard landing. Not too terribly bad though. Come on, turn off.
Turn next taxiway.
Yeah, if you all had some taxiways, geez. Although he landed really short in the runway. Hope I should take this one or go to the next one. There we go.
Cessna, contact ground on 120.8. Going to 120.8, Cessna.
Alright, we'll go to them. Taxi to the parking.
Bologna ground.
Turn off our landing lights and our strobe.
Cessna, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway.
I'll just use the taxiway, huh? Alright.
General aviation parking via taxiway. Cessna.
See how far over there it goes. Probably to the other end of the airport. That's what usually happens. I'm telling you. They've got it in for me. Alright, it's not the worst landing, not the best. We landed a little short and slow. But the nose kept coming up. I was trimming it down, but man, it just kept popping right back up. There's the, I guess, the terminal area over there. Pretty nice. I wish there was less AI planes and more of the ones, the add-ons that I've installed with the libraries and stuff. I don't know why it's so many add-ons. Like, so rarely will you get anything but stock AI planes. I don't know why that is. Like, AirHauler will inject your own planes in there, but I don't understand why FSX won't do it on its own. Like, if you've got so many planes, why doesn't it... I don't understand why it doesn't use those. Parking us right next to the A321. Won't make us look like a small plane at all, will it? Alright, stop it right here. Rid of this yoke, so we use the taxi or parking brake. Alright. Avionics 2. Avionics 1. And the prop RPM back. Taxi light off. Turn our nav off. The ignition came back on. I was thinking about this. Is that supposed to be on? Because we always have it at norm, so I don't even know. Turn all that off. And these came off when I restarted it. They didn't stay on. See, it's trimmed way up. I don't know why it's trimmed so high up. I didn't realize that. I was trimming it down a whole lot, but I don't know. Let's turn our fuel selectors off. And that's it for this episode of Around the World. Check it next time. I guess we'll go to Innsbruck. Really, you're going to want to see that. It's awesome scenery. Just this little airport up in the mountains. It's just really awesome. So I hope you all liked this episode, everybody. Like I said, check in next. We'll go up to Innsbruck. So I'll see you on the next episode.